And then there's this, Century Aluminum taking president's lead to amp up production here at home, growing the domestic supply chain and bringing more jobs to America. Fox Business's Lydia Hu is live from Charleston, South Carolina right now with the story. Lydia.
Hi, good morning to you, Maria. That's right. Century Aluminum has been making aluminum right here at this plant for 45 years. And I want to show you just a little bit of that process here, because you can see just behind me, this giant vat is now pouring hot liquefied aluminum into molds as a final step in the smelting process that produces aluminum products for commercial manufacturers and customers. But it was just back in 2015 that Century Aluminum had to idle some of the production lines here. Why? Because aluminum prices were too low and competition from foreign aluminum companies too fierce. But now Century Aluminum CEO is crediting President Trump's tariffs with leveling the playing field. Those tariffs increased to 50% last year. And so now that's allowing the company to invest in itself. They're now bringing back this plant in South Carolina to full 100% production by June. They're adding 150 workers who are going to be paid an average of $125,000. And Maria, the expansion here is significant. It's going to increase national domestic production of aluminum by 10%. Listen to this.
I think people have seen in both parties what happened when a wave of globalization really built down these types of communities, tore down these types of communities. And what we're focused on doing is building those back up. So we're going to pay our workers, we're going to pay them living wages, wages where they can have a family. And we know that this administration has seen that, and that's what they believe in and want to do.
Maria, I want you to take a look at this map because it shows us just how much aluminum is coming from foreign sources. You can see most of it is coming from China, and about 8% of it is coming from the Middle East. So the current conflict with Iran is driving prices higher. They've surged roughly 10% since late February. And that illustrates to Century Aluminum CEO, he says, the need to fortify our domestic American supply chains. So the expansion here in South Carolina is significant, but it's just the start. They're also expecting to break ground on a brand new aluminum smelting plant out in Oklahoma by the end of this year. When they say construction of that plant is completed by the end of the decade, Maria, that will double the nation's production of aluminum they expect. And they all credit President Trump's aluminum tariffs. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Lydia, thanks very much. All part of President Trump's industrial boom economic agenda. We'll keep a follow on it. Quick break, and we got a big hour coming up. Stay with us.